Many iconic Hollywood stars from the Golden Age concealed their sexual identities due to societal pressures and studio mandates. These closeted relationships, often referred to as lavender marriages, were orchestrated to maintain public images and careers. Over time, some of these stories have been revealed through biographies, memoirs, and investigative journalism. History. Rock Hudson, one of Hollywood's most iconic leading men during the 1950s and 1960s, captivated audiences with his charm and masculinity. Publicly, he was seen as the ideal romantic hero, and his 1955 marriage to Phyllis Gates reinforced that image. However, rumors swirled for decades suggesting the union was orchestrated to conceal his homosexuality, something that was considered damaging to a film career at the time. Hudson maintained his private life in strict confidence, navigating fame during an era deeply intolerant of LGBTQ+ identities. His sexual orientation only became widely known after his tragic death from AIDS-related complications in 1985, marking one of the first high-profile cases to bring national attention to the epidemic. Hudson's revelation was a turning point, sparking vital conversations about AIDS, homophobia, and the hidden lives many were forced to live. Today, he is remembered not only for his Hollywood legacy but also as a symbol of how far society has come, and how far it still needs to go, in terms of acceptance and representation. Carrie Grant, one of Hollywood's most beloved leading men, was known for his charm, elegance, and effortless screen presence. Behind the scenes, however, speculation about his personal life has long intrigued both fans and historians. For decades, rumors circulated about his close relationship with fellow actor Randolph Scott. The two men met in the early 1930s and shared a home for several years, during which they were frequently photographed together in domestic, intimate settings that were unusual for the time. While both Grant and Scott dated and even married women, many biographers and Hollywood insiders have suggested that their relationship went beyond friendship. In an era when homosexuality was taboo, and could derail a career, studio heads often worked to control stars' public images, and so-called lavender marriages were not uncommon. Grant never publicly addressed the rumors, and his sexuality remains a subject of debate. Regardless of the truth, his connection with Scott reflects the complex, often hidden personal lives of many stars in Hollywood's golden age, where image was everything and authenticity often came at a steep personal cost. William Haynes was one of early Hollywood's brightest stars and a rare example of someone who chose love over fame. Rising to prominence in the 1920s, Haynes was a box office draw known for his charm and comedic timing. But unlike many of his contemporaries, he refused to hide his sexuality. He lived openly with his partner, Jimmy Shields, at a time when being gay in Hollywood was considered career suicide. The studios, particularly MGM head Louis B. Mayer, pressured Haynes to enter a sham marriage to protect his public image. Haynes refused, standing by Shields, and as a result, his acting career came to an abrupt end in the 1930s. However, he reinvented himself as a successful interior designer, counting clients like Joan Crawford and Ronald Reagan among his elite clientele. Haynes and Shields remained together for nearly 50 years until Haynes' death in 1973. Their relationship, enduring despite immense societal pressure. Tab Hunter, a 1950s heartthrob with classic all-American good looks, rose to fame as a teen idol in films like Battle Cry and Damn Yankees. Marketed as the ideal masculine romantic lead, Hunter's image was carefully managed by Hollywood studios during an era when being openly gay could destroy a career. Behind the scenes, however, Hunter lived a very different reality. Throughout the 1950s, he had a secret relationship with fellow actor Anthony Perkins, best known for his role in Psycho. Their romance, though intense, was complicated by the pressures of fame and the fear of exposure in a deeply conservative industry. Studio executives demanded that Hunter maintain a heterosexual image, even arranging dates with starlets for publicity. Despite the challenges, Hunter managed to build a successful career in film, music, and later on television. In 2005, he came out publicly in his memoir Tab Hunter Confidential, revealing his truth after decades of silence. His courage in sharing his story late in life brought renewed attention to the personal struggles faced by LGBTQ+ actors in Hollywood's golden age, and helped pave the way for more open conversations about sexuality in the industry. Anthony Perkins, best known for his chilling portrayal of Norman Bates in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, led a life marked by immense talent and deep personal conflict. Rising to fame in the 1950s, Perkins was admired for his boyish charm and emotional depth on screen. Privately, however, he struggled with his sexuality in an era when being gay could end an actor's career. He had a secret romantic relationship with fellow actor Tab Hunter, another closeted Hollywood star. Their connection was intense but ultimately unsustainable due to the immense pressure to conform to public expectations. Hollywood studios often orchestrated lavender relationships to protect actors' images, and Perkins followed suit. In 1973, he married photographer and actress Barry Berenson, and they had 2 sons. Though many believe the marriage was genuine, some biographers argue it also served to protect his public persona. Perkins never publicly came out, and his sexuality remained an open secret in Hollywood. He died in 1992 from AIDS-related complications. Today, his story reflects the sacrifices many actors made to maintain their careers, and the painful cost of living in a time that denied them the freedom to be themselves. Montgomery Clift, one of the most gifted actors of Hollywood's golden age, was known for his brooding intensity and emotionally raw performances in films like A Place in the Sun and From Here to Eternity. Unlike many stars of his time, Clift brought a vulnerable, naturalistic style to the screen, paving the way for a new kind of leading man. Off-screen, however, his personal life was shrouded in secrecy. Though he was romantically linked to women, numerous sources and biographers suggest Clift had relationships with men, including close friendships with other gay actors like Rock Hudson. In an era when homosexuality was stigmatized and could destroy a career, Clift remained deeply private and conflicted about his sexuality. After a near-fatal car crash in 1956, his health and career declined, and he became increasingly reclusive and dependent on drugs and alcohol. He died in 1966 at just 45 years old. Today, Clift is remembered not only for his groundbreaking acting but also as a tragic figure, a man caught between his personal truth and the rigid expectations of Hollywood's studio system. His legacy continues to resonate in discussions about identity, fame, and artistic integrity. James Dean, an enduring icon of youth and rebellion, rose to fame in the 1950s with unforgettable performances in Rebel Without a Cause, East of Eden, and Giant. His smoldering presence and emotional depth made him a legend, especially after his tragic death in a car crash at just 24 years old. While Dean was linked publicly to several women, including actress Piera Angeli, speculation about his sexuality has persisted for decades. His close friendships with men, most notably actor Sal Mineo, sparked rumors of a deeper, possibly romantic connection. Some biographers and Hollywood insiders have suggested that Dean may have had relationships with both men and women, though he never spoke publicly about his sexuality. In a conservative era when nonconformity was risky, Dean's ambiguity, both on-screen and off, only added to his mystique. Mineo, who was openly gay later in life, often spoke highly of Dean and their bond. Whether or not Dean identified as gay or bisexual, his life reflects the complexity of identity in a time when few dared to live openly. His legacy continues to captivate audiences and inspire dialogue about fame, freedom, and self-expression. Marlon Brando, widely regarded as one of the greatest actors in cinematic history, revolutionized screen acting with raw intensity and emotional authenticity in films like A Streetcar Named Desire, On the Waterfront, and The Godfather. While he was famously linked to several high-profile women, including actresses Rita Moreno and Maria Schneider, Brando also openly acknowledged his sexual fluidity. In a rare moment of candor, he once stated, "Like a large number of men, too, have had homosexual experiences and am not ashamed." Among the most persistent rumors was his close relationship with actor and comedian Wally Cox, Brando's lifelong friend and roommate. Though Brando insisted they were simply close friends, the deep bond they shared, and Brando's emotional attachment even after Cox's death, fueled speculation about a romantic connection. In a time when such openness was virtually unheard of, Brando's nonchalant attitude toward sexuality was bold and ahead of its time. His complex personal life mirrored the fearless vulnerability he brought to his roles. Today, Brando's legacy includes not only his impact on acting but also his quiet challenge to rigid norms surrounding gender and sexual identity. Sal Mineo, best known for his role as Plato in Rebel Without a Cause, 1955, was one of Hollywood's most promising young actors in the 1950s and 1960s. His portrayal of a sensitive, emotionally troubled teenager earned him critical acclaim and an Academy Award nomination at just 17 years old. Behind the scenes, Mineo was navigating the complexities of being a gay man in an industry that demanded silence and conformity. He was one of the few actors of his time who privately acknowledged his sexuality, though he was not publicly out during the height of his fame. Mineo was romantically linked to actor Tab Hunter, with whom he shared a discreet but meaningful relationship. As his career declined in the 1960s, partly due to typecasting and Hollywood's discomfort with his sexuality, Mineo shifted towards stage work and directing. Tragically, in 1976, he was murdered outside his Los Angeles apartment at the age of 37. His death shocked the industry. Today, Mineo is remembered not only for his groundbreaking roles but also as a quiet pioneer who lived authentically in an era of fear and repression. Charles Lawton, one of the most acclaimed actors of the 20th century, was celebrated for his powerful performances in films like The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Mutiny on the Bounty, and Witness for the Prosecution. Known for his commanding presence and expressive range, Lawton had a long and complex personal life. He was married to actress Elsa Lanchester for over 3 decades, and while the couple maintained a public image of marital stability, numerous rumors suggested that Lawton was homosexual. According to several biographies and accounts from contemporaries, Lawton may have had relationships with men, including fellow actor Tyrone Power. Although Lanchester acknowledged in her memoir that her husband was not interested in women sexually, she remained by his side until his death in 1962. Like many gay men in Hollywood's golden age, Lawton faced immense pressure to conform to societal norms, and he kept his private life closely guarded. His story reflects the constraints placed on LGBTQ+ individuals in the entertainment industry during that time. Despite the personal secrecy, Lawton left behind a legacy of unforgettable performances and is remembered as one of the era's true acting giants.